quick show of hands. How many of you have children here? Or have nieces, nephews, cousins?
And then show of hands.
Children.
How many of you here have had trouble getting your nieces, nephews, or children to eat their vegetables? Show of hands. Or how many of you have had trouble eating your vegetables growing up as kids? Put your hands up. Okay, well, this is probably because $4 billion a year are spent marketing junk food to children every year. $4 billion.
As opposed to 6.5 million promoting healthy foods.
So as a result, 1 in 3 children are overweight or obese in the United States of America. So 1/3 of this room would have children who are overweight or obese.
This is also the first time in history that a child's lifespan will be 10 years less than their parents. 10 years less.
So my name is Radha Agrawal.
I'm Miki. We're twins, identical twins.
And we founded a company called Super Sprowtz, a children's multimedia program, to stop this childhood obesity and to really find a solution through storytelling.
So before we share these 2 important principles that have been the drivers to our business, let's tell you why we decided to get interested in nutrition education in the first place. So it all began with a stomach ache. So when we graduated from Cornell University and moved to New York City, we started working in investment banking and then worked in film and television industry. And during this time, we kept getting recurring stomach aches. Every time we came home, we'd come home with belly aches. And so one day we came home, we said, enough is enough. I can't take this pain anymore. We decided to Google it. And so in our research, we discovered that 1 in 5 Americans are lactose intolerant, that 80% of the world is lactose intolerant to varying degrees. So we all are kind of like have a little issue there. We then started researching all the foods, the processed food industry. We discovered the hormone-filled dairy industry, the processed flour industry. Then we started researching all the foods that we had given up. Our favorite food was pizza. Who here loves pizza? We all love pizza, right?
Yeah.
And so we started researching the pizza industry and discovered that it's a $32 billion industry. Americans eat 100 acres of pizza every single day.
That's 405,000 square meters for you Brits.
Yeah, a lot of pizza every single day. So when we started thinking about our favorite food, now we had given it up, and we started thinking about this processed food industry, we said, wait a minute, why can't we turn it on its head and actually make it better for you? What if we created a place that had unbleached flours and gluten-free flours? Gluten-free, actually now, 20% of Americans eat gluten-free now. What if we used sauces that had no sugar added? What if we used hormone-free toppings? What if we used hormone-free dairies? What if we used toppings that had absolutely no additives in it? And the answer was resoundingly yes. We can actually work with local farms and create healthy alternative to America's favorite pastime. And so we started Slice, now called Wild. We rebranded. We opened our first location in the Upper East Side of New York City in 2005. And we then opened our second location in the West Village in 2009. And we just opened our first location in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. Anyone who goes to Vegas, first drinks on us. And now we're opening our next location in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And so clearly people are reacting and responding positively to the nutritious version of our healthy comfort food.
And as a result of having opened 3 restaurants, we have great management in place, which has freed us up to do more fun projects. So enter Super Sprowtz. As we were building the restaurant, we realized, we noticed that children were not ordering vegetables for their pizzas, right? It was 8 years of this. What would happen, Miki? Tickets would come in and it would be plain cheese pizza, no green stuff. That's what it was.
Kids hated green stuff.
Every time. So as storytellers, our background is in advertising and television and filmmaking. And we looked at ourselves, and obviously food is also a story, right? And so we looked at ourselves and we said, how can we use the power of storytelling to inspire kids to eat more vegetables? And so I created a children's menu as really an experiment, right? Is how can we use, again, superhero characters to inspire children? So I created these characters called the Super Sprowtz. And each of these characters had superpowers that are directly related to their nutritional benefit. So Colby Carrot had super sight, because carrots are good for your eyes, right? And Brian Broccoli was super strong, because broccoli is good for your bones. And Erica Eggplant was super smart, because eggplant's a brain food. And I remember very clearly over the winter of 2006, sitting down with a group of children. And these kids had never eaten their vegetables before.
Ever.
And sat down with them and colored in these characters, superhero vegetable characters called the Super Sprouts, and watched them run to the counter over and over again to order vegetables for their pizzas. It was absolutely amazing. It blew our minds that the power of storytelling could actually inspire behavioral change immediately. That was really, really cool.
So finally one day when this 4-year-old kid's father came to us and said, I don't know what you've done. I cannot believe this. My son hates vegetables, but now he's piling broccoli in his mouth so he can get super strong like Brian Broccoli. Where can I get more of this? We realized that we definitely were onto something.
So in 2011, after years of sort of research, and 2006 when we made this discovery, and gradually as the restaurants grew, we sort of came up with this story, and we launched Super Sprowtz officially in 2011 with a series of books. The series of books then led into a website, which led into live shows that we performed for hundreds of thousands of kids in schools all across New York City and North America.
Get the puppets out?
Oh yeah, and then it turned into educational products like Colby Carrot and Erica Eggplant, right? And then it turned into a TV program, and all of a sudden, this little menu, this little story idea, went from, again, an experiment into now reaching over 1 million children in the United States.
And also internationally, right, Rods?
And internationally, we're actually now launching in Puerto Rico and in Dubai, translating to Spanish and Arabic. And then from there, what was really cool is we actually started getting phone calls from celebrities, and celebrities who wanted to actually get behind our mission. Something that was so, again, such a small idea that had ballooned into something that was so much more, sort of bigger than us. And so all of a sudden, we had Shaquille O'Neal calling to do public service announcements with Colby Carrot, and CeCe Sabathia, who's a Yankees all-star pitcher, doing PSAs again with Brian Broccoli, and Jeff Bridges, and all these celebrity chefs, and all of a sudden, we had 14 celebrities coming and working with us, and we asked ourselves, why is this happening? What is going on here, right? And the last thing, and then we'll get into sort of the reason why we're here in the first place. The White House called us, and Michelle Obama called us, and she said, we want to meet you guys. We want actually you guys to come and introduce the Super Sprowtz at our Easter egg roll. So they'd invited Disney, they invited Nickelodeon, and they invited Super Sprowtz to come and introduce President Obama for their annual Easter egg roll. So there we were performing for 35,000 people in Washington, D.C. So that was definitely one of our highlights. So
should we meet the Super Sprouts? Anybody want to meet the Super Sprouts?
You guys?
Okay, great. Let's meet them. Here we go.
Check. Hello. Test. Testing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Oh, I can see by the iris on your camera that you are rolling already.
There is no other kind of eating. You can make choices.
Yes, well, I am Oliver Onion.
Hello, I am Gita Garlic.
Hello, I'm Susie Sweet Pea.
I am Brian Broccoli.
Well, my superpower is that I'm very super soothing.
Sure. Isn't that totally gnarly?
I am Sam Spinach.
I'm Todd Tomato. My name's Colby Carrot.
Oh, let us see. I could sing a standard for you. I could sing.
Don't tell anybody this. I like to roll around in breadcrumbs. Sometimes with a little bit of egg. Don't laugh. Don't.
Hi. I love you too.
All right. Yes? Make you want to eat vegetables? Okay, so looking back in the past 3 years when Super Sprouts came to be, we tried to pinpoint all the things that truly enable us to actually have success. The things like, how do we connect with our audience? How do we attract partners and funding? How do we really rally people, volunteers, and interns for free or for a much lesser price? How do we get the best staff necessary to actually create the best content? And from that, we boil it down to 2 core principles, and they are purpose and repurpose.
So to start with purpose, what can we define purpose, right? What is the purpose behind our story? What is the mission behind what we're saying and why we're saying it? And so we boil that down to 4 principles of purpose. That's really what we realized what allowed us to be successful. So the first is personalities, right? So we were able to get 14 incredible celebrities. I'm going to show you actually a video just now, like a 30-second video of all these fun celebrities that worked with us. But we were able to get 14 celebrities to work with us for free because they were interested and inspired by our mission and by the purpose. So purpose actually brings personalities. So let's show you guys really quick.
You gotta eat your superpowers. Eat your superpowers. Let's move. You gotta eat your superpowers. Eat your superpowers. Let's move. You gotta eat your superpowers. Eat your superpowers. Avengers roll in the body. Avengers roll in the fall. You can get your veggies wherever you are. You gotta eat your superpowers. Eat your superpowers. Avengers go in the garden. Avengers go on the farm. You can get your veggies wherever you are.
Eat your superpowers!
So don't forget
So
to eat your superpowers,
that's the
guys.
first P of purpose, is personalities. The second P of purpose is people. So when you think about people, we're talking about all the people, like I said, who are involved in making this project possible. Like I said, the volunteers, the interns, the designers, the producers, the directors, all the top talent that you can recruit to actually make the best possible content. And so without purpose, you can't recruit sometimes the best possible people. And so, for example, one great story is that when we did our Super Sprowtz auditions for the video, we attracted the best puppeteers, Muppet puppeteers, Sesame Street puppeteers, who otherwise would absolutely never work for the day rate that we were offering as startups. And they came on board because they believed in what we were doing. They believed in the purpose behind our project.
The third is passion. I mean, I feel like this is quite an obvious thought, but passion, you can't put a price on that. And so, one of our employees came, in his interview said to us, Radha, I lost 60 pounds in the last 4 years. I know what it's like to have low self-esteem, to have no energy, to be in and out of the hospital, to feel shitty about myself, pardon the French. I want to come and work here, work for this company, because I want children to be inspired to lead healthier lives so they can be happier, healthier, and won't feel what I felt growing up. And so passion, really can't put a price on that. Miki and I get to wake up every single morning with a bounce in our step, knowing that even if it's such a hard project, try to get kids to eat their vegetables, it's no easy task, let me tell you.
3 years a day in, day out.
Yeah, 3 years and sleepless nights. But it allows us to give us, obviously a reason to get up in the morning. And the last is profits. If you look at any sort of Tom Shoes model or any purpose-driven project, there is profits to be made out of it. We're not here to...
Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, Dora the Explorer is a $12 billion company because they have purpose behind their project.
Talk about bilingual.
We believe that you can actually do good and do well. It's a President Clinton saying, and we really believe that. So there are the 4 P's of purpose for you.
So the second P, the second core principle is repurpose. So let's talk about what repurpose is.
Right, so repurpose, right? So how do we take this, right, and repurpose to be that, right? And so we looked at sort of how do you repurpose existing things? How do you repurpose existing environments to make them relevant for your message? So this is a really fun story, and I'm very excited to share this with you guys today. We just completed a study with Cornell University across 7,500 children across 10 New York City school districts, so across every single socioeconomic background, so Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, and so on and so forth. We partnered with New York City Department of Education and Cornell University as our research partner.
Our alma mater.
Yeah, and we said to them, can we create an immersive story world? Can we actually turn the school cafeteria salad bar? In New York, in the US, there's salad bars, right, that are away from the cafeteria line where you get the regular food. And we said, can we turn the least cool part of the school cafeteria, this really ugly looking salad bar where kids were not going to get their vegetables, right? They were literally going to get their chicken nuggets, they're getting their milk. And they'd walk right by this ugly thing and go sit down. So we presented this concept. We said, how can we repurpose this environment to actually fit our message and our needs? And so we said, what if we wrapped the salad bar with really brightly colored characters that said, what's your superpower? Get your superpowers here. What if we put a TV screen next to the salad bar playing all of our videos and music? What if we put little steps that led from the lunch line to the salad bar saying, superpowers this way? What if we got the lunch ladies to wear our hand puppets of Erica Eggplant and Colby Carrot to remind the children gently not to forget to go to the salad bar to eat their superpowers? And the result. How many week study was it, Ruz? It was a 3-month study, and obviously we let the initial excitement die down. So we actually started counting 3 weeks into it being installed just to make sure that it was measured properly. But the result was unbelievable. Can anybody guess? Can anyone guess what the percentage increase in the number of children taking salad from the salad bar was from before and after? Higher. 80%. What else we got? He keep going. 100. Keep going.
400.
Keep go. What?
400.
443% increase. It was a. Can we get a round of applause for that, guys? I mean, come on, that's pretty exciting, right? So, and that to us blew our minds. Once
Just
again,
from repurposing a salad bar station.
And so really it was, again, that experiment, that little menu from our restaurant, right? Going from that and seeing children sort of change their behavior immediately and order more vegetables with their pizza, to now into the school cafeteria and understanding and repurposing this environment to make it sort of relevant to our social message. It was really, really cool to see now metrics to sort of stand behind it. So now what we're doing is, Miki, what are we doing?
So now we're actually working on repurposing other environments. We saw a really great success in the school cafeteria, and so we said, what other environments can we repurpose as well? And we thought about the waiting room in the hospitals. And so right now they're just boring 4 walls, like kids just sit there really bummed out. And rather, can you make it a place that's actually a place of learning, a really fun, high energy place, just like we did with the salad bars in the cafeterias.
So we've since partnered with four hospitals in New York City and 4 family health centers, and we're launching this program next month where we'll be repurposing again the hospital waiting room and the family centers with artwork around all the 4 walls, the video screens playing all of our videos. They have a volunteer program that we're starting that volunteers come in and will read to the children all of our books. And again, create this really cool immersive story world to inspire children to eat better and eat more vegetables in an environment that makes sense for our brand, our message. And once again, there's 2 reasons why it's beneficial, right? 1, it's great messaging for the children, but 2, it's great branding for us, right? Like we're all of a sudden, we make sense for these environments, and all of a sudden,
we're in the mind's eye as well of the consumers.
We're in the mind's eye of the consumer, exactly.
So I guess we've told you now the 4 Ps that sort of, and the 2 purpose and repurpose are core principles, and then the 4 Ps within purpose, which are personalities, people, passion, and profits, and then repurpose, how we've seen success through repurposing our environments. So I think the 2 questions to ask yourselves are as follows. The first is, think about the most important project that you're working on right now. Just think about that. What is the most
important project
you're working on right now?
Dissertation.
Okay. Oh, that's tough. Yeah. And then think about, what is the purpose of this project, and how can what environment can I repurpose to actually get my message across and reach more people? Just think about that as you leave as well. So speaking of repurposing, let us repurpose this auditorium and make it a place of movement. Since we've all been sitting for a couple of hours, we can get everybody stand up. We're going to teach you the Super Sprowtz dance trick. Here we go.
Everyone's been sitting around for the last, all day long, right? So we're a wellness company. We'd love everyone to stand up. We're going to repurpose this place, and we're going to teach everybody. It's something you can do in your seat, so it's great. All the different dance moves. Okay, so can everybody hear me? All right, so the first one we're going to teach you is, this is 5 minutes, guys. So
lift the weights.
So we're going to teach you Brian Broccoli. What was his superpower again?
Super strong.
Super strong.
Because
so he likes to lift the weights.
Boom.
Brian Broccoli, Lansing, going to lift the weights with me. Here you go. All right, Ed, I want you to lift the weights with me too. There you go. All right, then we've got Susie Sweet Pea. She's super
speedy
because
peas give you energy.
So can everyone run in place like Susie Sweet Pea?
You'll never forget that.
Can
Peas
everyone
give you energy.
everyone run in place? All right, cool.
Everyone run in place. Perfect.
Then we've got Erica Eggplant, who's super
smart. Because
Eggplant is
Erica Eggplant's a brain food. Super smart. Brain food. So you're going to turn the page. You're going to read the books.
Can everyone read the books? Here we go. I'm going to clap. Loud clapping from everyone. You can throw some hip into it too if you want. There you go. All right. And then we've got Colby Carrot, who's super sight because carrots are good for your eyes, right?
Eyes.
So can everyone look left and look right? Everyone look left and look right. Here we go. All right, cool. We're going to put this all together, the music, in just a second. Okay. And then, so remember this. And then we've got, who do we have next? And then we've got Osami
Oh, no, we
spinach.
have Mickey Mushroom. Mickey Mushroom is named after me.
She's super soothing because mushrooms are medicinal. They're good for your belly.
So
They make you feel really delicious inside. So can
So it's
everyone stir
cauldron.
the soup?
She stir the soup.
Can everyone stir the soup? Here
So
we go.
quickly,
Put some again. Put
quickly,
some
what's,
into it.
what's brine broccoli good for? Super strong. What's Colby Carrot? What's Susie Sweet Pea?
What's Erica Eggplant?
Super smart. Guys, you guys are learning.
Okay,
All right.
Can everyone touch the sky? Sammy spinach is super stretchy. So everyone touch the sky and then touch your toes. And then touch the sky and then touch your toes. All right.
Okay, we're gonna put it together.
So then so then we've got Gita garlic
Gita
and Oliver onion,
right.
who are super sweet.
Sweet.
Because garlic
Give yourselves
onions
a hug.
are good for your heart. So give yourselves a big hug, because you guys deserve it. So give yourselves a big hug.
So garlic and
onion
are good
great
for your
heart. That's
heart.
right. So last but not least, we got Zach Zucchini, who's a super swimmer. Because zucchini is full of water. It's known as a hydration vegetable, right? So can everyone swim like Zach Zucchini? All right, we're gonna put this all to music, you guys. Here we go.
Let's go
We're
get 'em!
gonna test your guys.
Super Sprouts, moving out. Super Sprouts, what's your superpower? Tell me, Super Sprouts, what's your superpower? Super Sprouts, what's your superpower? Tell me, please, what's your superpower? I am Brian Broccoli, and I am super strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, lift the weights and flex a little. I am here to excellent, and I am super smart. Read the book, turn the page, learn the moves by heart.
I am Colby Carrot, and I've got super sight. I can see things anywhere. Look up and down, look left and right.
My name is everyone, and I'm super smooth. Still my health is super moving.
My name is Stretch, and I am super stretch.
Down and touch your toes, and your knees touch your nose.
I am Tom Tomato.
Super safe.
I'm like a shield against disease. Eat ye and you won't cough or sneeze. We are Oliver and Gita, and we are super sweet. If you need a pick-me-up, just hug yourself. It can't be. I'm Zach Zucchini, and I can super swim. Stroke, kick, the water is mine too. Lift the weights, speed around, turn the page, look up and down, stir the soup, nose to knee, make a sheet, give yourself a squeeze, stroke, kick, that's how you do the super sprout dance. Lift the weights, speed around, turn the page, look up and down, stir the soup, nose to knee, make a sheet, give yourself a squeeze, stroke,